You talk sometimes about free will,
Yes.
but free will, is that only within the illusion from the egoic point of view, or does free will really exist? You said sometimes the line gets longer the
Yeah.
less you are like in the ego,
Mm.
but is it then not even less?
If you are getting less the ego, then the free will is less. That's what you mean.
Yes, somehow.
What your objection comes from the standpoint that there is the ego or there is the impersonal beingness.
Yes.
But there is something more.
I don't know. Yeah,
I
but
can't prove it. You can take my word for it if you like, but you don't have to. But there is a being. Usually we are not aware at all of that being, but that sense of I-ness is completely projected in our self-image, in the person, but it's only a reflection from what you really are. You are not simply that impersonal beingness, oneness, but in that beingness, oneness, there are myriads and myriads of beings. And there's absolutely not a problem about it. The problem is simply coming when I'm identifying with the self-image, with the me person, and create a sense of separation. There's the wall, inside that's me, outside is the whole rest. And there we are in trouble. You're all one, and yet in that all oneness there's something unique and beautiful. And the more you become aware of your being, the more is there the possibility that that unique creativity can flow into this time-space current. As long as we are totally identified with the person, with the me, feeling separate from the whole rest, then we may think I'm choosing from moment to moment what to do, but all the time we are being pushed around by forces. We don't even know that they are there. The old habits, the way we have been brought up, all the conditioning, and then also all the other forces that are there. As long as we are so completely oblivious of that, then we may think we are choosing from moment to moment, but actually we are just being pushed along. But the more you are capable of stepping out of that, the more you are capable to bring your attention to that timelessness of the now, the more you are stepping out of the current of events, the more you are stepping out of the cause and effect, and the more you are touching that beauty, that divine beauty you are, and that creativity can flow into your life. But you're right, you want, the more you are in that, the less you will have the desire to act in any disharmonious way with the cosmic will. But still, you have the possibility to express it in its own, in your own unique and beautiful way. God is waiting for you to really use the power that is there. So does it mean that if you become more harmonious with the whole of existence, that you have less and less to say? in, in contrary, the more you can, in that cosmic harmony, express that in your own unique, beautiful way. You will never have a final answer to that question of the free will. It's an age-old question. The philosophers have been discussing it as long as they have been discussing philosophy and religion. And there are the ones who say it's you have total free will, you can always decide, and there are the others who say you have absolutely no free will. And neither of them is totally right. And it's not that at the end, finally, you have the answer and you understand. It's more that you come to a point where it's absolutely irrelevant, where you don't care anymore. That the question disappears. It's not that the question finally is answered. The question simply disappears because it doesn't matter anymore. You just live from moment to moment, let your inner beauty express itself, and you don't grab, you don't think about it. Is it now destiny that I'm forced to do so, or is it free will, or you just are like that. Don't contemplate too much about free will or not free will. Act as if you have free will. And then accept the fruits of your actions as God's will. You have every moment the choice whether you get completely lost in that story or whether you are at least attempting to bring your attention back to yourself, back to that which makes the experience possible. Every moment you have the choice. How much you succeed, that may not lay in your hands. You may not have the choice about it. But the tendency is, if you use that possibility again and again, it's getting easier and easier. Yes?
In this context, I remember having read, we do not know what is the next thought, so where is free will? Something like this. I read
Right,
this.
but wherever it's coming from, that next thought, whether you simply pick it up from all the mental stuff that goes on, or whether it's really coming out of yourself, you still can deal with it differently. Either you are completely carried away by that thought, or you are aware of the thought. You step a step out, observe the thought. That possibility you do have. You're not getting around that one. that little input from our part is asked. That's the, I mean, somehow, if you really picture a world, a creation, where every damn little thing is somehow preordained, like then you would have to postulate before the creation there was somebody, something, who was creating a creation and had already programmed every damn little thing that is ever going to happen. I mean, everybody feels somewhere something is wrong there. And the creation is not having happened once upon a time, but it's now. It's coming out of the beauty of existence. And it's full of potential, full of creativity, full of the yearning of the divinity to express itself beautifully and harmoniously. Simply, somehow or the way, something has happened in our head, and instead of being in harmony with them, we have learned to feel separate, to separate ourselves. In reality, we are never separate, but that idea becomes so strong that it seems to be true, that it becomes such a experienced reality that me, I'm separate. And once the attention is caught up in that me, it circles around in that all the time, from the moment one wakes up till we go to sleep, me, I, me, my. And we don't get around to learn to become aware of that, somehow have an honest, good look at ourselves, see what we are doing, and then one way or another learn not to do that anymore.